Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. This is not an orchid video really, it's a chat about the orchids rather than looking at. Following on from that business with the potential problems with potassium and the way orchids work, I did plan on making some changes. I'm starting now, as soon as I finish this video basically, and I've devised a way of going about it, killing several birds with one stone. So what I need to do is sort out those that are in quite vigorous active growth that need some food, and those that aren't and don't. Two distinct sets of orchids. Unfortunately, within those sets, both of them are those that need quite good light and those that, need less. So, subsets. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to water all of the pots. I'll spray the mounts. I've been spraying them each day. Now, going to the mounts first, I know it's a distraction and mid-sentence. I've been spraying the mounts since last week with clean water. They've had no food and they've been sprayed every day. I would imagine by now that their moss and their bark and everything like that has had a thorough wash and there are no nutrients left. So they have no nutrients available to them. So I'll be starting from scratch. That's not so easy to do with the pots. Apart from drowning them every day with fresh water, it's not going to be as easy to guarantee that I've flushed everything out of the pots. But what I am going to do today is I'm going to water the pots, and you've had all morning to come out, haven't you? Come on then. Come on. He doesn't like it because the tripod's there. Out. Punt. No, I didn't. Yes, so the mounts are starting from scratch, and because of what else I'm doing today, they will get yet another spray flush today. So I'm going to water the pots, and as I water them, there will be those that aren't getting any food that are going to get a thorough flush. Yeah, so that's easy to do. That's just a small amount of clean water, do a couple of pots, small amount of clean water, do the pots. And every now and again I'm going to come across a pot that's got a plant in it that comes into the other set, yeah? And those are going to get put to one side. I'm going to have to put them on the floor because I haven't got spare shelves, have I? But I'm going to devise a way of putting those plants separate so they don't get a flush, they don't actually get watered as such, because they need some food. The pots have been sprayed. That's all they've had for a long time. The pots haven't seen any food since the 7th in my notes. All they've had is the sprayer going round to keep them hydrated. And some of them aren't hydrated enough because the sprayer's not getting the whole pot wet. So that's what I'm doing, I'm catching up. So everything is going to get a flush except for those that need some food, which will be put to one side. That's not a huge number. There aren't going to be loads in that set. It's quite a small set. And then also, as I'm doing it, which is going to complicate it, I'm going to take each plant off of where it is now, and it may not go back where it came from, in which case that's got to go to one side as well. So I'll be using my bench for those, because they've been watered, but then they need to go somewhere else, and that's where I divide up those that don't need so much light and those that need the higher light. So as I'm watering them, I'm going to be shuffling them round. So I will establish the two sets, and I may not get this finished today because it's going to be one of those things that's tedious. But I will plod away at it as best I can until the heat builds up in here. Now at the moment the sun hasn't hit the roof. What's the time? Yeah, I should have got on with this a bit earlier. It's just gone 11 now. It won't be long before the sun comes out from behind that tree straight down on this section of the roof. That won't be long now. At which point the temperature will build up and it will get uncomfortable in here to work. At the moment we're 20 degrees. working comfortable temperature. So I'll get on with it, and then tomorrow's the Sunday chat. As part of that, I can tell you how I got on. The other thing I'll tell you about, which I will film, I'm probably not going to do it this weekend, I'll probably leave it till next week now. I've bought some smoke bombs. On closer inspection, I've got spiderlings, little hatched out spiders, in a lot of places in here. And I was watching a fly got in here and was bouncing around the roof. And 1, 2, I can see 3 spiders now. They're in that groove, yeah, and in there. So I've got some smoke bombs. I want them gone. As I said, a few spiders here and there I don't mind, but these false widows, they breed, and if they're in amongst the plants and I grab hold of a plant, I can quite easily get bitten, yeah? And they are our own, well, virtually every spider is venomous, but it's the degree that we worry about. You know, we worry about whether we go, oh, you, and that's the end of it, or whether we go to hospital, which we don't in this country. Nonetheless, these spiders have come from abroad, and because we don't get the cold winters now, they're surviving, and they breed quite well, so they can spread quite quickly. And they do bite, and it's about the same as a wasp sting, apparently. Well, I don't want stings like wasp stings when I'm handling my plants. I don't want it, so I want them gone. And like I said last time, if Hannah knows they're out here, she won't come out. And there's a high possibility that because I can't shut the patio doors properly, because there's cables coming through the door from in the lounge, come the colder weather, they're going to get in the house, and that's the last thing I need. So, as I said, I'm going to a couple of smoke bombs and deck everything in it. Probably kill the scale as well, come to think of it. It would certainly kill mealybugs and all that sort of stuff. I don't know about scale though; they are difficult. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to, and as I said, it's a relatively complicated thing, in as much as I'm not just flushing the plants today, which would be easy. I just do every single plant until I finished. But as I go round, I'm not only separating some out that aren't going to get a flush, they are going to get some low-level feed, but I'm also trying to sort out the lower light and the higher light plants, so they may need to go back in a different place. So we've got that's going on at the same time. So a busy day, and I'll see how I get on. And I'll give you an update in the Sunday chat. Oh, I know it's not orchids, but for those of you who really like unboxing videos, there's one on the bonsai channel. It's obviously not orchids, it's on the bonsai channel. Some people just like the surprise of what's in the box. So there's one over there if you want to go and watch it. Some stuff I bought for bonsai. And those of you that are following both channels, I've got this coming weekend, providing it's not raining, there is a bonsai boot sale. So it's like a car boot sale in principle, except for its bonsai stuff. Car boot sale is junk, basically. It's everything that people don't want, take along there and try and get some pennies for it. And in amongst it, sometimes there's some good stuff. But this is just a bonsai boot sale. So there's some traders there, and bonsai people selling off some of their trees and their pots, things they don't want, or downsizing. I've never been before, so I'm going to go along to that. I will take the camera and see what I can pick up, basically. And as far as the bonsai world is concerned, there is a big show coming up at the beginning of September. Heathrow Bonsai Society organise it, but the events calendar that I looked at, where I spotted it, it says there are 36 bonsai societies there putting on a display. That's a lot to see. And there were so many, the events calendar said, traders, too many to list. So I couldn't even be bothered to list them out. So it's a big show, it's a big event, so I should be going along to that. It's in an exhibition centre, so you know, it'll be a big do, that will. For those of you that are interested, as I said, in the two channels running alongside each other, some will stick to one and not the other, some will stick to that one and not the other, and some will dip into both. So that's how it is. As I said, I'm not changing anything on the Orchid channel because I'm now got a bonsai channel. There won't be less videos on the Orchid channel. Nothing changes on the Orchid channel apart from a mention of the bonsai channel now and again, which I've just done. Right, I've got no new blooms. Well, I've got my Dendrobium Victoria Regina has opened some more blooms, but they're not like new blooms. They're not something we haven't seen before. So, come on. Come on then. This is the game now, the going in and out game. At least when he stands by the door, he does actually go out. The other one doesn't. I open that door and he gets halfway over here, and as I get to this door to open it, he runs back in. Little tyke. Whereas that one, at least he does go out when he asks to go out. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow in the Sunday chat. I'll do an update on this. I haven't got a subject in mind as yet, but I will find one. Sunday chats recently have not had a proper subject. I want to try and get back to that. You know, like, let's have a look at the cat ears. Let's have a look at my cooler, shadier types. Let's have a chat about on city. You know, that's the sort of thing I used to do on the Sunday ones, and I haven't been doing that lately. So I'd like to do a bit more of that for at least a part of the Sunday chat, if not all of it. So I'll see you tomorrow in the Sunday chat. I've got work to do, and it's not going to get done talking to that screen, is it? See you next time.